Hi everyone, this is Nancy from Neha Inc. here at Henry Street Handball Court in Southbridge, Massachusetts. Today is Monday, April 18th, 2021. And we're here patching up the hole, just this piece right here. We'll address the other cracks at another time. And this is part of the maintenance and something that we continue to advocate to the town of Southbridge to pave this entire green area here. The asphalt is over 40 years old, and I was hoping that paving would have taken place this spring.
You know, the goal is obviously we want to create like teams and stuff like that, you know, with the youth, with adults or whatever it may be, and have you know, Southbridge playing, Worcester playing, you know, Holyoke, Springfield playing, you know, if we get Florence Heights, you know, that's a little area in Northampton, you know, that they get something going on up there, you know, and then we, you know, come together, you know, maybe, you know, create some type of teams and eventually expand to some of the schools and do something similar. But, you know, this is obviously a wooden court, you know, we have to maintain it. You know, like I said, it patched up, I mean, it does last a little bit, you know what I mean? We had 2 successful tournaments here. I watched the play, the last one, the ball that intercepted too much of the game. I think it was more the height of the wall, you know what I mean? It was a little short, but I watched the players play, I mean, and, you know, they played and it seemed to really affect their game too much. I think it's actually worse if you're playing in a place that has a fence that's too close, or, you know, like really, like horrible bounces and stuff like that, you know, with no running space and stuff like that. I mean, this happens to have, you know, decent running space, so.
And you're mixing?
Yeah, I'm mixing it. This stuff, for a big guy like me, kind of gets me because, you know, I'm on my knees like this, so a little harder. It's easier to be upright, you know.
And we want to make it nice and smooth, not bumpy. So we're testing out this product in this location to see how it goes.
Well, I'm mixing this a little bit. It's just, you want something to be finer in the sand and you want something to dry faster, but we use something that dried fast, but it became too powdery. Another problem is at certain times of the day, there's more people using this. Like right now, this is actually not that bad, but it is being used. Sometimes there's, you know, a lot more people. And then what's gonna happen is if we don't protect this, people just gravitate right to wherever you repair. Like I said yesterday, like I'm the opposite. If I see somebody doing something, I'm not gonna go in there. But that's not the way, I guess, you know, the average person works or thinks. They go right to it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It's like that when we paint. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's a little bit more, you know, understandable in between 2 play areas. You know, so sometimes it's important, you know, especially if there's little kids. I mean,
Yeah, that's why we want the fencing around. They got the playground on the left.
It doesn't mean that they can't work. It's just
and you got the swings on the right, and we want to put the fencing around the perimeter so that it reduces foot traffic.
Well, we want to do things like this because I think it's going to benefit Southbridge. You know what I'm saying? It's another amenity to have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, not everything is just going to be basketball. I love basketball. I'm just saying, you know, if you don't give something an opportunity, you know, I mean, how can it be experienced? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a court. And people already knew what it was. You know, people moved here from places where they had it, or, you know, people learn wherever they learn. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that they have it. But if you don't have a court, then, you know, like I said, it doesn't have to be 10 courts. If you got 1 court in your town, in your city, then you use that one. You know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna have 2,000 courts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a couple decent courts, they'll take care of them, and or if you don't have any, try to see if they build, you know, something in your area. This is backbreaking.
Nice and smooth, so that if you're running in there and it's not dried up, it's not going to be a tripping hazard.
Handball's tough enough as it is. That's why I don't like to have fences in the way and things.
And when you build, outdoor one-more handball court, you need to have ample running space on the sides and the back. And a lot of people don't understand that, especially contractors.
The other thing is that that's not like heroes on courts either.
Nah.
The sport is fast enough, you know what I mean? And then if you can't see the ball, like I'm trying to avoid doing green floors. And it's really a lot of times because of the markings. Like we have some markings here, but you know, it's like, well, whatever. But you can see the ball video. This color's not bad.
And plus, there's no trees that are giving you shadows or anything.
Some of our other courts, you know, we did some green, and or if not, the parks, you know, they go with a green and said this is not a fluorescent. If the ball was the color of my shirt, yeah. But I really need to get off my head.
Párate ahí, tranquilito. Gotta get this dumb thing fixed, and we gotta move those bleachers in the back.
Yeah, no, I can't keep it.
Nah, yo sabía que lo iban a ponerlo detrás. Alright, so I gotta let it core a little bit.
It's better, but I'm gonna have to kind of sand it.
So we built this handball court with the help of volunteers and the support of the town of Southbridge 4 years ago. 4 years have passed real quick.
We started developing some players. We had some people come out and helped to Valentine that was getting a group, you know, so that was a good, you know, that's one of the local players from here. He was originally from Worcester too. And he's been out here for a while, so, so we want to try to get that. I think that the COVID and the restrictions did kind of break a lot of
Yeah,
things up.
especially last year, yeah. And I did a few clinics, you know, invited people for some pickup games.
Yeah, no, we did some, yes. Some successful clinics. I mean, there would have been more. I wish that more people would have came out to them, but you know, we did what we can. We could, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard. I actually enjoy playing this. I really want to increase the height of the wall.
Yeah, we do.
The poles are pretty solid and they have a lot of concrete, so they were made actually bigger than the other ones. So.
You gotta mix it up a little bit, or just gonna leave it like that?
See, some of this is actually, I want to say like kind of grind it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so once it gets hard, you know, I'm gonna use one of the other ones to see if I can smooth it. You know, I gotta see, because what it is that's why you want resurfacing, because you kind of blend it in.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of go over it.
I think this spot needs some resurfacing paint.
No, it does, but you know, when you go through all of that, that gets expensive. And it's only one-sided. You would probably easily use about 4 or 5 of those things here, because it's got the running space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can get away with that. I remember when I painted it. I did it already. I painted this 3 times. The original color, and then I did one coat of another one, then I went with this one.
Yeah, but not with
That wasn't
resurfacing.
We never really used resurfacing. I just used maybe 5 gallons and blended it into,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever. Normally just to kind of put some bolts on. I did use it on acrylic resurfacer, but I diluted it, which I wasn't supposed to. You know what I mean? I thought it was, I didn't even know what it was.
All right, so I'll come back and we gotta let it dry and see what happens.